Tonight, case closed. Last summer, you'll remember multiple sexual harassment allegations were made against Mayor Joe Hogsett's former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. Well, tonight, the mayor is responding, and News 8 is waiting on that final report from the law firm that brought forward these allegations. News 8's Raina Revel breaks down that report for us.
This investigation examined Mayor Hogsett's response to complaints against his former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. He resigned in 2020 after admitting to an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. Cook did not respond to interviews before this report.
A lot to digest, a report over 50 pages long, lots of text, not a lot of white space. So it's going to take some time to go through that and give time and attention to some of those findings. But we heard the top line recommendations and findings tonight, and the true work begins now.
The law firm Fisher Phillips has interviewed numerous people and reviewed more than 1,000 pages of documents as part of its investigation. As we've reported, Cook was the center of 3 separate sanctions between October 2017 and October 2023. He resigned shortly after. The report found Mayor Hogsett and his administration's response to complaints did not violate city-county policy, but questions still remain about the 68-day window Cook was still employed with the city.
There are definitely some recommendations that we saw in the report to take a closer look at the time period between when Thomas Cook was determined to be fired and when he was actually terminated.
During the committee hearing, 3 women who made sexual harassment allegations against Mayor Joe Hogsett's former chief of staff were present and holding protest signs.
I went into this very skeptical that we would actually get anything done, and I wish we could have had a better outcome for the survivors and the people to know that we're not just hiding behind what laws say, that we have an ethical and moral code as well that we will try to abide by. And what we saw was that didn't really happen here. Didn't happen at all. I didn't know anything going into this. I'm disappointed also in the fact that we were left in the dark all along on how this reporting went and what went into this investigation. We didn't really ever get any answers on to how they're conducting the investigation and what kind of search terms they use for emails, and it would have been nice to have been a little more informed on what was going into this.
Now, there was a lot that was discussed in this 54-page report. If you would like to take a look at it for yourself, we made it very easy for you to find. Just grab your phone and scan that QR code. That will take you to the As Seen On section of wishtv.com. Just look for this story where you'll find a link to that report. I'm Raina Revel for Wish TV and wishtv.com.
And Mayor Joe Hogsett releasing the statement tonight. The findings are clear that the earlier investigations and resulting sanctions were handled appropriately and confidentially. It remains crucial that the city has the best system in place for reporting, investigating, and dealing with harassment of any kind, which is why I will work with the City County Council on how these recommendations may further strengthen efforts to create a safer, better workplace for everyone throughout the city's operations. Meanwhile, the Indiana Democratic Party has established a formal code of conduct and ethics process for reporting allegations of harassment. In a statement, the state's Democratic Party chair says the party is committed to building a safe work environment. Along with the code of conduct, it has also established a website where accusations can be submitted.